The conclusion is pretty clear.
Okay, so the small-scale tests look promising. But now we have to face the giant, trillion-dollar elephant in the room. Could we actually afford to do this for a whole country? This one quote just perfectly sums up the problem. You see, a UBI payment big enough to actually make a difference would cost an unbelievable amount of money. But a UBI that's cheap enough for us to afford, well, it wouldn't be big enough to do much good.
A lot of people say, oh, just cut other welfare programs to pay for it. It sounds simple, but the math just doesn't work. Not even close. If you cut nearly every major welfare program, you could only pay for a UBI that's still way, way below the poverty line.
All right then, what if we just borrow the money? Well, this is where the numbers start to look genuinely scary. Economic models predict that funding a UBI with debt would actually shrink the entire economy by almost 10% in a decade. That's not good.
And that's not even the worst of it. At the same time, the national debt would explode, rocketing up by over 80%. You just can't do that. It's a recipe for economic disaster. The conclusion is pretty clear. Funding a UBI with debt is a non-starter.
So, if we can't cut other programs and we can't just borrow the money, is the whole idea just dead in the water?